Hey everybody, Aaron here from Comic Booked. I've got a unboxing to do, a big one. We've actually got a couple other boxes to open later, but for right now we'll start with this. I've got a box of Brothers War set boosters and a box of the Brothers War bundle. So we'll check these out and see what's in them. So I forgot to put my wire away. Sorry, you don't want to see that. All right, so. One first thing to start with, I wanted to show off the Buy a Box promo, which I know you guys have probably seen already, but this is the Mishra's Foundry card. Very cool foil with the star across the bottom there. So it's a pretty neat card. But only our shop, and I think most places only did one of these per however many boxes you got. So I got 2 boxes and I only got 1 promo, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. But that's okay. So, alright, first thing we're going to do is open up the bundle. I'm going to see what's in this thing. So the bundle is interesting because it actually includes a Transformers card. So one of the Universes Beyond Transformers cards. And then it also has 8 12 card booster packs. So these are set boosters. It has an alt art traditional foil Queen Kayla Ben Krug. One of 2 of the oversized spin down life counters, 20 traditional foil and 20 regular basic lands plus 2 reference cards, and then the Brothers War cardboard box. It's the first time I've got a bundle like this, so this is new for me, but still kind of cool. So we'll rip the zippers on the side here, throw those over there, and open it up. So I guess it opens fancy, and then the box comes out, and oh, that's cool. Alright, so that can go away. Mishra's Burnished Banner, a malevolent menagerie of machines, and Urza's Iron Alliance. Get your gears turning. So just a print, I guess, whichever side you're on. We'll put Urza over there because I like Urza. Alright, box is cool. Typical artwork from the set. With Urza on there, gearing up with his machines, right? That is Urza, that's not Mishra, is it? Yeah. So we've got, these boxes are just like the others where they have the cardboard in the top to keep it from going all the way down. This is interesting, little insert with some punch-out cards for Urza and Mishra, and then the tokens as well on there with some prototype counters, +1/+1 counters, more +1/+1s. So, very neat. Alright, we'll set that aside. I'm not going to do anything with that right now. We got the... Wow, I didn't know this was an option. The box said we would get one of 2 oversized counters. Either a red one with red print or a green one with green print. And we got a black one with glow-in-the-dark print. Oh, maybe that is green. Nope, yeah, it looks green. Okay, I see. Helps if I look at it not against a black background. So, but yeah, that is green. Very cool. Alright, we'll set that there. We got our packs and a little insert box, which is kind of nice if you want to segregate things within your box of stuff. So, alright, these are our boosters. Set those over there. We got a couple of insert cards. Nice. I always like when they do this with the turn, the phases of the turn. I think that's useful for any player. Keep track of where you are. One of the most frustrating things I think as a player, and I've been playing for a long time, is when people just rush through their turn and they don't really pay attention to what the turn sequences are. And you have no idea, looking at them, what phase of their turn they are because they're playing creatures and they're attacking and then they're doing something else and they haven't untapped half their stuff. Yeah, so paying attention to the phases of the turn, very important. Actually, one of the first things that you have to learn on the judge test when you're going through the new Judge Academy that they have is you have to learn the phases of the turn. Popular Magic formats, Standard, Booster Draft, Commander. That's nice. They have that. How to cast spells, just the very, very basics there. And then on the back is attacking and blocking. And it's a little, turn it upside down for blocking, upside down for attacking. Very cool. Nice little basic stuff. So here are, I guess, our packs with our alternate art Queen Kayla Ben Krug there. And I'm not going to open that because that's probably just Kayla Ben Krug with foil lands or something. Now this one I will open because this does have our Transformer card in it. And it looks like Starscream, so that's pretty cool. Open that up. Could have made that a little tougher. Alright, so we got Starscream Power Hungry, one of the Transformers. And let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Transformers cards. I think they're kind of cool. I know a lot of people are, yeah, I don't like Transformers, you know, whatever. But I think it's kind of neat. It's just a fun extra thing. It doesn't really impact the overall game. It doesn't change the way we play. It's just something cool for some people. If you don't like them, don't keep them. Sell them. Give them away. Whatever. Throw them out. You know, make a little bonfire and record a video and put it on YouTube and whatever. But yeah, so they have the More Than Meets the Eye ability, which you can cast it, I guess, for 2 and a black instead of paying 3 and a black. And if you do that, it comes into play on this side. I don't know exactly what that means. And then on this side is the Living Metal side, which you, I guess, if you cast it with this other casting cost, it comes in this way. And then you flip it whenever it becomes Monarch, whenever you become the Monarch. And Monarch is like whenever you do damage to someone or you play a card that gives you the Monarch ability if you're playing Commander. So these are specifically Commander cards, and you know, just keep that in mind. They are not for standard play. They're playable in Commander. So, all right, so there's our Starscream. And these are just our basic lands from the set, so I'll put those away. Like I said, the Kayla Ben Krug, queen of the foil lands over there. Alright, so we will open up our packs now and see what we get. And these are all set boosters, so these could have more Transformers cards. They could have all kinds of different things in them, as well as, I believe, the numbered inserts. No, maybe those are just the collector's boosters, but anyway. We'll see. We'll open them up and we will find out. How about that? Oh, I love the artwork. That is awesome. For Millstone, very neat. Like a blueprint, you know, put together there. So we'll put the art cards up here. A foil land right off the bat. Those are nice. Pendragon Strongbow. So there's a lot of good cards in this set, and it all depends on how you're building your deck. Pendragon Strongbow is one of these. If you got a bunch of artifacts, sacrifice an artifact, he gets +1/+1 to the end of the turn, and he deals 1 damage to your opponent. So that's nice. Airlift Chaplain is a 1/1 for 3. Little expensive for a flyer, but when it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards, and you may put a Plains card or a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among those cards in your hand. If you don't do that, it does get a +1/+1 counter. So it's a 2/2 flyer for 3. But you have to mill 3, although you could bring a land or a creature back to your hand. So just something, you know, I don't know. Not a great card. Goring Warplow, pretty cool artifact. 6 casting cost, 5/4 with Death Touch. But it can be a 1/1 for 2 with Death Touch as if you cast it with the Prototype. So Prototype mechanic here is a 2nd casting cost, potentially. A lesser normally, but it still gives you the effect of the same card, of the same abilities that card has. So you can cast Goring Warplow for the Prototype cost of 1 and a black, and it's a 1/1, and it still has Death Touch. So if you need a Death Toucher, you know. Dwarven Forge Chanter, lots of prowess cards, especially in red. 1/3, and it's got Ward, pay 2 life, which is kind of wicked. Weakstone Subjugation, this goes along well with blues mechanics of tapping and all that. This one is come into play, enchant artifact or creature. You can pay 3 when it comes into play, and you tap that permanent. basically that permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So you're just locking it down. Bushwhack. This one is 1 green, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So it kind of combines 2 of the powerful green spells, and really it's a search for a basic land for 1 green, or a fight for 1 green. So that's pretty neat. Falaji Vanguard is one of the Boros First Strikers. 2/3 human soldier. Whenever that creature or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0 to the end of turn. Very nice. Levitating Statue is pretty fun. 2 casting costs, and it's an artifact with flying. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. But you have to pay 2 colorless in order for it to become a 1/1 artifact creature till the end of turn. So pretty interesting. Jalum Tome, reprint with the new borders, or the old border, I guess. Over the Top is our rare. 5 colorless, 2 red for a sorcery. Each player reveals a number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control. Puts all permanent cards they reveal this way on the battlefield and puts the rest in their graveyard. And our foil is Junkyard Genius, which is a pretty fun red-black card. Again, goes along well with Pendragon Strongbow because it does allow you to sack other creatures or artifacts and give all your creatures +1/+0 and menace until the end of turn. Plus, when he comes into play, you get a tap Power Stone token, so it's pretty nice. And then there are some flip cards, so we do have the little flip card. So we'll put that up here. We'll put our commons and uncommons right here. We'll put our artifacts, rares, and then our foils over there. All right. Oh, and I'll throw that away. So give ourselves a little more room. Move some stuff over there. Just any foils from the packs, I'll just put up there on top, and then put our rares over here. Because I'm a little OCD, and it's okay. So, next pack. Oh, hey, look at that. That's a Chromatic Lantern with a foily signature from Ben Hill. Very nice. All right, another land. I'll tell you what, that's a foil land, so we'll put it up here in our foil pile. We'll throw our lands down here. A lot of these, cards are the commons and stuff. I'm going to go through because we're going to see a lot of them. But some of them are pretty cool. Like this Tawnos' Tinkering, even though it's a 4 casting cost instant, you get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on target artifact, creature, or land you control, and then untap that permanent. And if it's a creature, it becomes a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types. So if all you had was 4 lands, and you had tapped, 5 lands, and you had tapped one of them, and you play this, you can untap that 1 land, make it a 2/2 creature, and block something. So it is pretty neat. I'm sure there's much better uses for that, but that's all I can think of right off the top of my head. Aeronaut's Wings, a nice flying equipment, gives +1/+0 in flying. Gaia's Gift, +1/+1. Hexproof, Reach, Trample, and Indestructible, so that's nice for 2. Evolving Wilds, familiar. Battlefield Butcher, 1/4 for 3, 5 and tap. Each opponent loses 2 life, and it costs 1 less to activate this ability for each creature in your graveyard, so that's kind of nice. Arbalest Engineers are our green-red 2/2s. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Either they deal 1 damage to any target. You put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains trample and haste till the end of turn, or create a tap Power Stone token. Thopter Mechanic. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Thopter Mechanic. When it dies, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Combat Thresher is cool. Nice uncommon. It's a 3/3 with double strike, or a 1/1 with double strike for 3. And then when it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. So it's not bad for 2 colorless and a white to get a 1/1 double striker and draw a card. That's pretty decent. Journeyer's Kite is our rare in the classic style. Seen that one before. Throw those down there. And then the Temporal Anchor is another rare that we have. That's very cool. This is a new card, 3 and 3 blue. Legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you scry 2. Whenever you choose to put one or more cards on the bottom of your library while scrying, exile that many cards to the bottom of your library. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with the Temporal Anchor. Nice. Our foil is Perimeter Patrol. This is a pretty decent 3 casting cost card. It's a 3/3 for 3, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, they get +1/+0 till the end of turn. Not too bad. And then the Power Stone tokens. Alright, we'll throw the Power Stone tokens up here on our token pile and go to the next pack. Oh, nice. Nice foil land again. Bit of reunion. When I first looked at this card, I'm like, this is dumb. It enters the battlefield, you can discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Okay, that's cool. Play it, discard a card, draw 2 cards. So it's like a lot of the other red cards where you discard 1, draw 2. But then it's also got this 1, sack it, and creatures you control gain haste until the end of turn. So all of a sudden it becomes pretty hefty for 2 casting costs. Scatter Ray, nice counter spell. Counter target artifact or creature spell unless its controller pays 4 and only costs 2. Wasteful Harvest is a green dredge type card. Mill 5 cards. You may put a permanent card from among those cards milled this way into your hand. Falaji Chain Dancer is pretty nice. 4 casting cost 2/4, and then for 2 extra, it gains double strike until the end of turn, and you can do that anytime. Disciples of Gix, not a great card. I don't know if maybe you could build around it and it would be okay. It's a 4/4 for 6, and when it enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 3 artifact cards, put them in your graveyard, and then shuffle. If you're doing some graveyard recycling, I guess it's okay, but I could think of better ways to spend 6 mana. Suchi Cave Guard, 8 casting cost 8/8 with Vigilance, and Ward 4, and when it dies, you add 8 colorless mana. Until the end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. So that's pretty neat. Urza Power Stone Prodigy, 1/3 with Vigilance. You can spend 1, tap, draw a card, and discard a card. And whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, you create a tap Power Stone token. That triggers only once a turn. Ivory Tower, I love this card. It's a great reprint. The artwork is really cool looking, for sure. 1 drop artifact at the beginning of your upkeep. You gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. So that's pretty nice. Black Blade Reforged, the alternate border with this one. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control, and equip legendary creature for 3, or equip a regular creature for 7. But it's only a 2 casting cost, so it's not too bad. We got Urza, Prince of Krug. This is the wimpier version of Urza, I guess. The meld me into a Planeswalker version. So the pre-spark, I guess. 2 colorless, white and a blue for a 2/3. All your artifact creatures you control get +2/+2, which is nice. And then for 6, you can create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature in addition to its other types. So not too bad. Sorry, I know you guys can't see that very well. Alright, there you go. It's very cool, and it's not the flip version, but we did get a really nice foil, One with the Multiverse, which is a cool card. It does cost 8 in blue, 6 and 2 blue. It's an enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands, cast spells from the top of your library, and once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Not too shabby if you can get it into play and keep it there. And then Saheeli, Filigree Master. It's an emblem for the Planeswalker. Artifact creatures you control get +1/+1, and artifact spells you cast cost 1 colorless less. Very nice. So that is a great foil. I really like that. That's our first mythic. And not even in the mythic slot, but in the foil slot. So, very cool. Okay. Next up, some kind of elf. But that's neat. That's Gwenna. That's Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. It's neat. Nice art. The art's definitely good in this set. Third Path Savant is just a card draw. 3 casting cost 2/3, and then for 7 you can draw 2 cards. Deadly Riposte, nice 2-cost instant to do 3 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. Not a bad trade-off. Desynchronize, 4 colorless and a blue from blue, of course. Target non-land permanent's owner puts it on top or bottom of their library, and you get to scry 2. I really don't think that that's worth that. I just don't. Forging the Anchor. This goes along with the anchor we had. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal any number of artifact cards from among them. Put the revealed cards in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Alright. Lay Down Arms. I thought this was a good one for 1 white. With this one, exile target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of planes you control. Its controller gains 3 life. So you may give your opponent 3 life, but you may get rid of a pesky piece of crap. This is Gaia's Courser for 5 mana, 4/5. Whenever it attacks, if there are 3 or more creatures in your graveyard, draw a card. Not bad. No One Left Behind, 5-drop sorcery. This spell costs 3 colorless less to cast. If it targets a creature card with mana value 3 or less, return a card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Alright, Spectrum Sentinel is a nice 1/2 creature with pro multicolored, protection from multicolored. So it can block multicolored creatures. It wouldn't take any damage. It cannot be blocked by multicolored creatures. It can't be targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything multicolored. So that's pretty cool. And then whenever a non-basic land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. And he only costs 1, so not too bad. We got an Everywhere Flask, an Elsewhere Flask, 2-drop. This one is really nice. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and then you can sacrifice it and choose a basic land type, and each land you control becomes that type. So it's a real good mana fixer, pretty cheap as well. Oh, we got Awaken the Woods. This was a big one at our release event. It's X and 2 green. It's a mythic. And then you create X 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. And these are land creatures, so they can be tapped for green mana. Very interesting. That's cool. We got a foil Evolving Wilds. That's wild. And then a flip card. Alright, hopefully go faster. We may get some duplicates in the common slots here, so we won't have to read them all to you. That's cool. Armor. Foundry Inspector. Neat. Oh, one of the full art forests. Very cool with the creature inside the tree. Trench Stalker, 4/5 for 5. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, Trench Stalker has Death Touch and Lifelink. Goblin Firebomb. This is a nice 1-drop for a 1-drop artifact with flash, and then 7 and tap, and you can sacrifice it to destroy target permanent. So it's kind of nice late game. Boom. Or you got a bunch of Power Stones, and you want to get rid of something. Not a bad card. Gix's Caress. 3 costs. Target opponent reveals their hand. You pick a non-land card from it. That player discards that card, and you get a Power Stone token. Stone Retrieval Unit. This is a 2/3, and it gives you a tapped Power Stone token. Not bad. But it is 4 casting costs, so just be careful of that. Take Flight. This is like Fly from Baldur's Gate, or it's the first Dungeons & Dragons set. But it's 4, and this one is +1/+0 and has flying, and whenever this creature attacks, you draw a card. The other one is whenever the creature attacks or does combat damage, you get to venture. So, yeah. Symmetry Matrix is a cool artifact. 4-drop. Whenever a creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 1. If you do, draw a card. So, interesting. If you're building around that thing. Skyfisher Spider is a pretty good creature. 3/3 for 4. Let's see the artwork on it there. And it's got reach, and when Skyfisher Spider enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, you get to destroy target non-land permanent. Very cool. When Skyfisher Spider dies, You gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard, and if you do, you can exile Skyfisher Spider from your graveyard. Alright, mass production. This makes 4 little 1/1 colorless soldier creature or soldier artifact creature tokens. And it costs 6. Sigil of Valor. It's kind of a nice card. 2-drop, 1 to equip. It gets +1/+1 for each other creature that you control when it attacks. So, not too bad. I'll put that there. Fateful Handoff is our rare. 4 casting cost, sorcery. Draw cards equal to the mana value of target artifact or creature you control, and an opponent gains control of that permanent. Interesting. Transmogrant Altar is our foil, and it's a foil uncommon. Pretty neat art there on it. This is a 3 casting cost artifact. Spend a black and tap. Sack a creature, gain 3 colorless mana. Or, as this is the more frustrating piece, 2 colorless, tap, sacrifice a creature, create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. So you can make these little 1/1 soldiers, sack them to make little 3/3 zombies. It's pretty interesting. And then we just got a piece of trash. Alright, 3 packs left in this, and then we'll go on to our big box. So far, I mean, we got a couple good cards, but nothing to blow me away here, you know. That's cool. That is the Helm of the Host that allows you to duplicate the equipped creature. Very cool. The Scrapwork Cohort. A lot of these unearthed creatures in this set. This is a 4 casting cost, 3/1. When the Scrapwork Cohort enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 a soldierless token. You know, a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token, and then you can unearth it for 2 and a white. And unearth is just bring the creature, pay the cost, bring the creature back from your graveyard to play. It has haste, sack it at the end of the turn. But all the effects kick in, so you get another 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token, which is kind of nice. Carrion Locust is a 2/1 flyer for 3. This one, when it enters the battlefield, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, that player loses 1 life. So, just trying to get rid of something that they keep bringing back. That's not too bad. Third Path Savant, Deadly Riposte, Desynchronize. Lauren, Disciple of History. She is a 4 casting cost, white creature, legendary human artificer. Not a human artifact. I was playing a game on Saturday, and the kid was like, "Ha, I'm going to destroy your artifact." And he was targeting Urza. I'm like, Urza's an artificer, not an artifact. So she, or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control. Return target artifact creature from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad. 3/3 for 4, and you get to bring something back. Dreams of Steel and Oil for 1 black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it, then choose an artifact or creature card from the graveyard, and exile the chosen cards. Ooh, that can go hand in hand with the Thoughtseize that you also play on turn 1, right? Reconstructed Thopter is kind of a reimagined Ornithopter, but it does cost 3, and it has flying and unearth for 2. It's a 2/1. Not bad. Sigil of Valor again. The Might Stone and Weak Stone. Very nice artifacts. This is our rare for the pack. 5 casting cost, and this is a great card. When it comes to play, you can choose one or the other. Draw 2 cards, or target creature gets -5/-5 till end of turn. I found both of these so useful. And then you can tap it for 2 colorless that cannot be used. Can't be used on non-artifact spells. But then on the back, we have the bottom half of the Urza Planeswalker card. So we need the Urza to go along with this. You pay the 7, meld the 2, and they flip into 1. I actually have Urza from my packs from the other day, so that's kind of cool. So as soon as we finish this pack, I'll jump over to those and pull that card out, and I'll show you what that looks like, what the full card looks like. Power Stone Engineers are foil. He's a 2/1 for 2. When he dies, you get a tap Power Stone token. And then our final card is actually an older set, and I don't remember what set this is from. That's horrible, right? But this is Imp's Taunt. It has buyback 3, so you can pay an additional 3 when you play the spell. If you do, put it in your hand instead of your graveyard as part of the spell's effect. Target creature attacks this turn if able. And it's only 2 casting costs. Cool artwork, nice old borders. It does have the little symbol there to show that it's one of the bring back cards, but very cool. That's the first one we've seen from this set of that. So I will put that over here by Starscream. And let me see if I can find the packs real quick that I bought this weekend where I got the Urza, and I'll show you the 2 cards together. Yeah, I opened a couple packs, and actually I got Goldbug, Humanity's Ally, out of 1 pack, which is one of the Transformers. It's pretty cool. And he becomes Goldbug's Scrappy Scout. So that was neat. And then, yeah, actually, I got another one of the foil signatures. Very cool. I'm going to just throw these in here real quick. Foil land. Commons, uncommons. Got Key to the City, which was a 2 casting cost card. Tap and discard a card, and up to 1 target creature can't be blocked. And then whenever it becomes untapped, you can pay 2 if you do draw a card. So that's cool. Hostile Negotiations was another one I got. 4 casting cost, black instant. Exile the top 3 cards of your library face down pile. Then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face down pile. Look at the cards in each pile, then turn a pile of your choice up, face up. An opponent chooses one of these piles. Put that pile in your hand and the other in the graveyard, and you lose 3 life. So it's a nice little sifter, you know, and a foil levitating statue. Alright, those. So it wasn't that pack. Maybe it was this pack. Foil, land. Mishra's Juggernaut. That's a pretty cool card. 5/3 for 5 with trample, and it attacks each combat if able, and unearth for 6. Deadly Riposte. Wing Commando is a blue prowess, one of those from the set. 2/2 for 3. Not too bad. Swiftgear Drake, one of the cool flying artifacts. 5 casting cost, 2/4, and it has flying and haste. And when it enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. It's nice. Clay Revenant's another one of the unearth. I'm sorry, not unearth. This is a return from your graveyard to your hand thing, but it's only 1 drop for 1/2. Comes into play tapped, and then for 3. So it's like like the cursed, whatever it's called, the one skeleton that comes back, or some of those other ones. Arms Race, 4 casting cost enchantment. For 4, you may put an artifact card from your hand on the battlefield. That artifact gains haste and then sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Not bad if you just need to get it out there and use it. Recruitment Officer. I heard a ton of good stuff about this week. It's a 1 white for a human soldier. 2/1. 2/1 for 1, for one thing. That's a great trade right there. That's really good. And then for 3 and a white, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them, put them in your hand. And put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That is great for that additional sort. Yoshin Dissident, 1/1 for 1 green and 1 white. And whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, you put under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Very nice. Got Liquid Metal Coating, which is 2 casting cost, artifact, tap, target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types until the end of turn. Gixian Puppeteer, a black creature, 3 and a black. 4/3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You stack this up with Sholdred for some extra life loss. When Gixian Puppeteer dies, return another target creature card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Nice. It's a good rare. Rust Goliath for our foil. And he's only 10 casting cost, 10/10, or a 3/5 for 5. And he's got reach and trample. It's not bad if you make him work in a big green deck. Pretty cool. Alright, that's foil. Sorry, put that in a foil stack. Boy, oh boy, I'm getting all my stacks mixed up. It's crazy. Alright, one more set booster here that I got this weekend. Let's see. Another foil signature. I just got a handful of those today. Forest, Third Path Savant, Scatter Ray, Weakstone, Keeper of the Cadence, 2/5 for 5. Blue, spend 3, put target artifact, instant, or sorcery card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. No One Left Behind. Haywire Might's kind of a fun card. It's a 1-drop, 1/1. Sorry, 1-drop, 1/1. And when it dies, you gain 2 life. Then you can spend a green, sack it, and exile target non-artifact creature or non-creature enchantment. Not bad. Thopter Mechanic. Thopter Architect, going along with the Thopter Mechanic there. Forecasting cost, 2/3. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gains flying until the end of turn. Nice. Swiftfoot Boots, 2 casting cost. And this, when equipped for 1, it gives target creature hexproof and haste. Nice. Put that on your shoulder. Mechanized Warfare. This is a pretty good one. 1 colorless and 2 red enchantment. And if a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. So it's nice for red. And then we got another Journeyer's Kite in the foil section there. So cool. And a first one of our soldier tokens. The only other thing that I have is I had 1 single collector's booster. So let me go through that. It might be in my other stuff that I got from the actual event. And in that case, I don't know exactly where I put them. So we'll just have to skip that. But anyway, some cool foils. We'll go through most of these cards as we're opening the rest of our box. But then Siege Veteran is our rare. And then we got Urza Silex, very nice full art Urza Silex, mythic card. Urza Chief Artificer, 4/5 with affinity for artifact creatures, and this is 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black. And he's a mythic. Artifact creatures you control have menace. Beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. He's got some of the abilities of the Urza Planeswalker, which is kind of cool. Alright, another mythic there. We got Pristine Talisman for one of our foil special cards. Jalum Tome, which we've seen already. Quicksilver Amulet, 4 casting cost, artifact. Nice art. 4 and tap. You may put a creature from your hand on the battlefield. Not a bad card. Alright, and then we got Ultra Magnus Tactician. That was my first Transformer card so far. And he has More Than Meets the Eye. Ward 2. Whenever he attacks, you may put an artifact creature card from your hand on the battlefield, tapped and attacking. If you do, you flip him over. And then he becomes Ultra Magnus, Armored Carrier. Sorry, it's not coming into focus real great. I think it's the white print. But he becomes a 4/7 with living metal and haste. And whenever he attacks, attacking creatures you control gain indestructible. If those creatures have total power 8 or greater, you convert him. Oh, very cool. It's 3. And then I got a beautiful full art foil Gix Yawgmoth Praetor. So that was cool. From the 1 pack that I bought this weekend, I got that card. So that was some beautiful, beautiful full rare or full art rare. Anyway, we'll look for the other half of this and other maybe it'll be other packs. You never know. Let's see what we got here. I realize this is already running up on 40 minutes for this, so maybe we'll cut this one and go to a box opening in another video for you guys. Foil Land, Blitz Automaton. These are nice. 7 casting cost, and it is a prototype creature, so it can either be played for 3, 1 red and 2 colorless, for a 3/2, or the full 7 for the 6/4 with haste. Tokasia's Dig Site's one of the special lands out of the set, and this one adds, come on, focus. it adds colorless, and then for 3 and tap, you can surveil 1, which means you look at the top of card of your library, and you can put that in your graveyard if you want. So I'll put that in there. Scrapwork Cohort, Carrion Locust. Sardian Cliff Stomper, I really like this one. I think for a 2-drop, it's a 0/4, nothing else to block her until you get 4 or more mountains, then it starts getting +1 for each mountain. So that's, and actually, you have 4 mountains in play, then all of a sudden it's a 4/4. So it's pretty neat. Calamity's Wake is a 2 casting cost source or instant for white. Exile all graveyards. Players can't cast non-creature spells this turn, and then you exile Calamity's Wake. Involuntary Cooldown is a 4 casting cost blue sorcery. Tap up to 2 target artifacts and/or creatures. Put 2 stun counters on each of them. The stun counters are awesome because they come off each turn instead of untapping. Ashnod's Harvester. I feel like this is a reprint. 2 casting cost. Whenever it attacks, exile target card from a graveyard, and then you unearth for 1 and a black. And it's a 3/1. We got Semblance Anvil, 3 casting cost. And it has imprint. When Semblance Anvil enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells you cast that share a card type with the exiled card cost 2 less to cast. Very nice. It's a great rare. We also got Teresian Mindbreaker. That's a 7 casting cost, 6/4 artifact creature juggernaut. Whenever Teresian Mindbreaker attacks, defending player mills half their library rounded up. Very fun. And you can unearth him for 1 and 3 blue. Not bad. Alright. Giant Cindermaw for our foil. 3 casting cost, 4/3 with trample, and players can't gain life. That's kind of nice. And then a Power Stone. So, on to our last pack here for the bundle. I think the bundle is definitely worth the price this year. This set, you get the Transformer card, you get the Queen card, you get 8 booster packs, which is really a lot of cards. Cool, other cool art card, land, Survivor of Corliss, very nice 1/1 first striker for 1 for white, and for 3 and a white, or I'm sorry, for 1 and a white, you can exile it from your graveyard to scry 2. So it's multi-purpose. Thraxodemon, 2-drop, 2/2 in black, and you can spend 3 and tap, sack another creature or artifact, and draw a card. It's good for the a lot of the sacrifice decks. Coilless Rock is nice, 5 cost, 3/3 flyer with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, you get a tap Power Stone token. And Shoot Down, that's a pretty typical green, 4 casting cost, exile target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. So instead of like Broken Wings or some of the other cards, it allows you to exile those creatures or artifacts or enchantments. Iron Craw Crusher, 7 casting cost. It's a worm, and you can either cast it for 7 and have a 4/6, or cast it for 2 colors on 2 green and have a 2/5. And whenever it attacks, target attacking creature gets +X/+0 till end of turn, where X is Iron Craw Crusher's power. That's cool. Gurgling Anointer is a 1/3 flyer for 3. Phyrexian Horror. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And when it dies, return another creature with mana value less than or equal to the number, or to the power of Gurgling Anointer from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's nice. Mask of the Jade Crafter, 2 colorless for this artifact. You can spend X and tap it and sacrifice it and create an XX colorless Golem artifact creature token, activated only as a sorcery, and then you can unearth it for 2 and a green. Alright, we got Slicer, Hired Muscle, another Transformer. So we did get 1 Transformer out of the pack that was just standard, and then we got an extra one out of our boosters, so that was cool. Double Strike and Haste, 3/4, and that's the other side. Alright, Ichor Wellspring is our artifact. And whenever it enters a battlefield or is put in a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Lauren of the Third Path. Now, we had Lauren earlier, but this is her rare version. 2 and a white. Vigilance, a 2/1 with vigilance. When she enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 artifact or enchantment. Nice. And you and target opponent each draw a card is the ability that she has. All right, our foil Rust Goliath again. That's not too bad to get 2 of those. That's it for the bundle. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I can see we're at 45 minutes already. Sorry I talk a lot, but I hope you like this. There was some cool cards out of the bundle. You know, we got the 2 Transformers cards, which was very neat. We got 1 of the, whatever you want to call it, the callback, the old set cards. We got a good stack of rares here. Out of 8 packs, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, I put 3 of those. So it'll be like 14 or 15 rares in there from this set. And then other stuff that we got, these 2 mythics. So not bad out of 8 booster packs to get 2 mythics, that stack of rares, and all these other cards. Some pretty good stuff in here out of the bundles. So let me know what you think. I think the bundle's worth it. You get some lands. You get foil lands. Those are always cool. Lots of good stuff. So let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe. Definitely share this. You know, I'm seeing I'm not getting a lot of views on the videos. Maybe it's because I'm boring, but, you know, you never know. Magic is cool, right? So please check out our website as well, comicbook.com. And stay tuned for more content coming soon. Thanks a lot.